for the Foxborough constituency.
So since that was a good time, that means I'm over 65. And not economically active either. Great. Thank you very much. Morning, Prime Minister, parliamentary colleagues, ministerial colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, excellencies all. Let me add my words of welcome. I was thinking as those young people were playing the music here that when Wendell Jones and I were in the Ronnie's Rebel Room, they weren't even born. So Ronnie would have been really proud this morning. So the Bahamas business is tourism, and you heard all the speakers here this morning. And I was thinking, as a bit of a storyteller, I'd tell you this. When Condi Rice was trying to decide whether the CARICOM ministers would meet in Washington, D.C. in February of 2006, and I was saying, what about Washington, D.C.? And she said, well, there's no way I'm meeting in Washington, D.C. in February. We're coming to Nassau. And then I was at a meeting with the president of China, President Xi, and I got this note which said from one of his aides that he wanted to see me. And I said, oh boy, what did I do now? And he came over and he said, you know, I've been to your beautiful country, and I just wanted to let you know that I loved the visit when I was there. And I said, you should come again. And we had another meeting in Trinidad, and the then Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, came up and he sent an aide again. And again, I said, what did I do wrong this time? And he said that he and his wife spent their honeymoon in Nassau. And of course, who can forget, the president, now President of the United States, said that he found his first wife around the pool in the British Colonial Hotel in Nassau. So, you've joined a distinguished list of tourist visitors. And so I want to wish and extend a warm welcome to all of you for coming to Freeport, Grand Bahama. This is a favorite city of mine in the Bahamas. It is our second city, and it is where you've heard already Hurricane Dorian hit 5 years ago in September 2019. It's a city in recovery, and I'm proud of the people here and their resilience. I've hosted the international community here on 2 previous occasions. On the 1st and 2nd of June 2005, I was Foreign Minister and Chair of the Council for Foreign and Community Relations. The foreign ministers of CARICOM came here and spent 3 glorious days here in Freeport, in the same venue. And I remember one of the takeaways from that visit was that the minister from St. Vincent and the Grenadines spoke to me. He told me that he decided to wander off on his own to take a ride down to West End, the old capital city of this island. And he said it was glorious. He said it reminded him of home. He said he ran into a group of men sitting on the seaside playing dominoes, and he joined the game, and he spent the evening there and thoroughly enjoyed himself. So, my hope is that quite apart from the officialdom, you will have a similar takeaway. The second gathering was that of the 9th Biennial UK CARICOM Forum, a biennial meeting that happened here in Freeport on the 27th of April, 2016. I was Foreign Minister for the second time. And again, it was my desire to support this city, to bring visitors to Freeport. I have an important takeaway from that as well. The then British Foreign Secretary, Philip Hammond, as he was, following the meeting, took to the landing outside his room with his delegation. It was after 10 p.m. He and his entire staff were sitting having drinks in the early hours of the morning, into the early hours of the morning. And I was asking, well, you know, shouldn't you be getting to bed? And he said, no, there's no possible way for me to do that. Because, you know, in London, we'd not be able to sit outside at 10 o'clock at night, this time of the night, and with the temperature, it'd be freezing cold. So he said this was something he was going to go away and enjoy. So I hope you enjoy the people and the weather similarly. We've come here for business, but as you've heard amply, and I said it before, the business of the Bahamas is tourism. And Prime Minister Philip Davis, who will officially convene us today, has said that the number one policy issue for the Bahamas is climate change. If we are to protect what we have and to produce more stories like those of those two ministers who came to visit, then we must get to work in an open and transparent way to address climate change. It's existential for us, with 80% of our land mass within a meter of the sea and with sea levels rising. Here on Grand Bahama, the highest point on this island is 48 feet above sea level. So we're headed to COP29 to continue to make the case. I've told my colleagues before of a slide presentation that took place at the Explorers Club in New York last year, and it showed the island of New Providence where the capital city sits and what it would look like projected into the future. In the year 2070, 30% of the island would be underwater. In the year 2100, 70% of New Providence will be underwater. We've just come from the Pacific Islands, and the predictions there are equally as dire. But that is our mission, and we've begun this day with a prayer. We welcome you as we begin our work, and we hope you leave here understanding the Bahamas and its people a little better, getting all the business you need done, meeting with our politicians and public officials, and also getting in some downtime. Now, I've been foreign minister 3 times. Lightning does not strike in the same place twice, they say. So judge 3 times. And I know it won't strike 4 times. But I would like all the same to be able to repeat, perhaps to my grandnephews and nieces, that you came to Grand Bahama, did business, but also had a good time and carried back great memories. So bless you and the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And now it's my pleasure to ask you to stand to greet the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the Honorable Philip Edward Brave Davis.